Good evening and salutations, my BNB fans. So let's talk about the Logan sisters. Being in this room, talking about none other than Ridge Forrester. And as I'm sitting there watching the scene of watching these two girls, Donna and Katie, cheer her on and sit there and say how if it's meant to be, it's going to happen. And they seem so happy and excited for her. I just can't help but sit there and think, if you really love Brooke, like you say you do, then why the hell are you, why are you sitting there okay with a man who has been sitting there playing ping pong with both of them for years? What kind of sisterly love is that? While Brooke is sitting there talking about how Ridge is guarded. He doesn't call her Logan anymore. He doesn't believe in destiny. And, while just sitting there talking about Taylor and her so-called trifling ways. The whole time I'm sitting there watching the scene, I'm just like, you saw over the years what Ridge's love has done to Brooke. And somehow you two are advocating for this because why? I'm very curious about. I don't understand it. I understand for plot purposes, this is what they're doing, but I'm just like, if y'all really love this woman, you wouldn't sit there and be wanting for her to sit there and be with a guy who is totally okay with playing your sister and somebody else just because he doesn't know what he wants. And of course, Carter came in there. Sometimes I sit there and I look at it. I'm like, it kind of sucks to be Carter at this point or it just sucks to sit there and be, in a way, this actor because he had storylines back in the day. What does he do? He comes in there now and he talks to Katie about how he's going to miss her and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, wait, why isn't Katie not going? Isn't she like PR or something like that? Wouldn't she actually be needed to be there? I don't understand why she's not going. I don't get it. But you got that scene going on, right? You got Taylor that's sitting there throwing shade a little bit at Brooke, talking about, oh, well, because she's not going, I don't know, maybe it's her voice or something like that or something, but she's like, she's not going, right? It could also be the fact that, she doesn't work at Forrester Creation, so it could be that reason too. But she's not going, right? And, lost my train of thought for some reason. So she's not going, and Thomas like, oh, I'm gonna miss you and stuff like that, or somebody was like, they're gonna miss you, and Tara was like, well, who's not gonna miss me? Brooke is not gonna miss me. I'm like, well, yeah, because she works there and you don't, and y'all two don't get along, so why would she not miss you being there? I'm like, I'm sorry, Willie, but you're not really. Uh, she talks to Thomas, proud of him. She she throws shade at Brooke when it comes to his Ridge. You're like, oh, well, I'm pretty sure that Brooke is going to paint a different picture of me while y'all two are there. And I'm just like, yeah, she probably will. But the fact that you want to, again, the fact you want to sit there and be with this guy, um, which is something, I sit there and I look at this, and I'm just like, you do realize that he broke up with Ridge. He broke up with Brooke. He just left her. And he didn't even explain why he left her. And for some odd reason, you're just like, yep, I want to be with him. So you got that going on, right? Now, back at this cluttered cabin, okay? Back at this, I feel like, here's the thing. I mean, I've never lived in a cabin, but I can only imagine just how comfortable and serene that sleeping in a cabin would be. The rain and everything like that. I can just picture that level of serenity, right? They need to do something, like they need to have a designer come in there and do something, because I feel like they just have too much stuff going on in that damn cabin. And I know I'm making kind of a big deal out of it, but I don't know. For some odd reason, just kind of bothered me today. So anyway, you got Liam sitting up there whining about the same thing that he whines about every single time. Um, he got that going on, right? What else you got? You got that going on. He's like, oh, and at this point, Hope is about to get ready to leave for this trip. He's like, listen, I gotta go. I don't want to sit there and leave things on a bad note. But the minute that Liam starts talking about Thomas, it's like, here we go again. And once again, he's all like, oh, you need to sit there and kick him off the trip. You need to kick him off the trip. And, he doesn't need to be there. And I'm like, and then Hope is like, well, you should come with me. And I was like, no, 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 no. He doesn't need to be there. He doesn't work for Forrester Creation. If anybody that doesn't need to be there, is his ass. So I don't know I get, she's like, you should go. Now, this is the second person that said that he should go on this trip. Steffi was like, you should go. And now she's saying the same thing. And now Liam is like, well, I don't want to go. I don't want to be your chaperone. I want you to bask in the glory and everything like that you've done. I don't want to sit there and be that person. The problem is, every time he says he doesn't want to be that person, he's already being that person. He's already being that person. So it's one of those things where it's like, I can understand why people are just so annoyed with him. I don't want to be that. Oh, I don't want to be that person that's just constantly complaining and whining, and I'm like, but you are that person now. This is what you don't understand. You're already that person. So what are we doing about it so you could be less annoying? I think that's what it really comes down to. And she's like, no, he's my lead designer. It's happening. That's it. You know, this dude is literally begging her. He is literally essentially like, please, please. Okay, he didn't do that, but he did sit there and say please a couple of times. More times than in reality, a grown man should sit there and be doing at this point. Because my whole thing is, I look at this, I'm like, listen, if you don't like situation, then you change it. If you don't like the situation, and there's times in life, if you don't like the situation, then you should change the situation. Now, there are certain situations you just can't change. It is what it is. But for the most part, if there's a situation like that, you don't like it, change. Point blank period. Stop whining and complaining. Nobody wants to hear that. And now she's all upset because she's like, you're stressing me out. I'm already stressed out, and you're just adding to it. Now, of course, they showed that scene in the beginning, the little Skinamax scene. Um, I don't know. I think they're like in a cave or a tunnel or something like that. I have no idea where the hell they're at. But it's so weird though, because it's not like it's a scene that's like a bedroom scene or something like that. It's like they're literally in some. It's almost like there's some sort of I don't know, where a lot of bad people go, a lot of cults and stuff like that, to go to like worship things that I don't really want to talk about. But that's where it seems like they are. That's the setting that they seem like they are. And of course, once again, except for this time, Thomas is there. You know, and she is just riding that man's joystick like a damn bull. Like I said this in my live stream yesterday, and I'll sit there and say this again. Every time I see that scene, the first song that I sit there and think about is Genuine, Pony. Every single time that scene comes up, that's that's literally what I sit there and think of. So she leaves, and now he's looking around, he's thinking about the stuff that's happened. I'm just gonna think, at this point, if you're sort of proves, he's going. I thought he was actually going to be there on the plane. Because you got everyone else there. You got Carter, Steffi. Eventually, Thomas came there, Ridge, Brooke. Thomas gets there, and eventually, Holt gets there. I'm sitting there thinking, oh man, he's going to sit there and just come at the last second. Nah, screw that. Let him spend his own money. I thought about that. I was like, no, let him spend his own money. Let him spend his own money. He's not using Forster fuel or whatever to get a free ride there to chaperone his wife. No, let him use his own money. He wants to sit there and act like that. Let that dude use his own money. We ain't doing that. I feel like that's about it. I can't really think of anything else that went up happening. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go. If I missed anything, you know what to do. Now, well, you know what to do. Come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll go over all of them, anything I missed. B&B, YNR, Days, and GH. We're gonna sit there and go over all of them. Now, I didn't sit there and say it's my GH review, but I feel like I should probably say this in this review. If you can share the video, that would help. You know, the numbers towards B&B sometimes make no sense to me with my channel. I've had them higher, 3 times higher than GH, which is I don't know what to say to that, right? I don't know what to say to that. Yesterday was like I don't even think it got to 100, which is yeah. So if you can share the video, that will really help. I trust me, I understand it's an extra step, right? But if you could, that would genuinely help. I want to get some more. I want to get some more people that watch B&B into the live stream. You know, I know a lot of times it's very GH heavy and eccentric, and that's mostly because GH for some odd reason a lot of people come to the live stream to watch to talk about GH. But I love to sit there and talk about B&B as well. So that's one way that I feel like that can also help get some more B&B people into live stream and into the channel also. I love talking about B&B. You know, when I have time, I definitely love talking about B&B. Um, Also, we're at 51 members, so that is awesome. We actually surpassed our goal of 50, and that is thanks to some very generous people. I put a post in the community tab so you can sit there and read about it. But I want to sit there and thank those people from the bottom of my heart, and I want to thank everyone in general because listen, at the end of the day, this is a team effort. This making that goal, that wasn't just me. You know, so I want to thank everyone for us getting to that point. Anyway, I feel like I missed something, but if I did, come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll go over all of it. I want to thank you for joining. And I'll see you in the next video.